In this video, I'm going to be talking about political parties in Unit 2. I have to give a preface though. I'm going to be talking about the Federalists versus the Democratic Republicans, also known as Jeffersonians. The Federalists were led by Hamilton, while the Jeffersonians were obviously led by Jefferson. The Federalists wanted a strong central government and had a loose view on the Constitution. The Jeffersonians favored states' rights and a strict view on the Constitution. The Federalists favored a national bank and government involvement in the economy, while Jeffersonians opposed the national bank and didn't want any government involvement in the economy. Now I'm going to be talking about how the one-party system would turn into a two-party system. After the War of 1812, the Federalist Party would slowly die out and a one-party system would remain by 1820, the Republican Party. The Republicans would soon split into two parties due to infighting. It was split into the National Republican Party and the Democratic Republicans. Van Buren created the Democratic Party to support Jackson's bids for presidency after the election of 1824. And then in the election of 1828, Andrew Jackson represented the Democrats and won against Quincy Adams, who was a part of the National Republican Party. Then, after that election, the National Republicans teamed up with anti-Jackson supporters and formed the Whig Party. Now let me talk about the Whig Party a little bit more. They were founded in 1834 with the purpose of defeating quote-unquote King Jackson. The Whig Party was spearheaded by Henry Clay. And the Whigs were united due to their support for the Second National Bank and their opposition to Jackson's tyrant-like behavior. The Whigs generally supported higher tariffs, distributing land revenues to states, and passing relief legislation in response to the financial panics of 1837 and 1839. And the eventual Whig decline was due to the issue of slavery, and the party would soon dissipate. Now let me talk a little bit more about the Jacksonian Democratic Party. It was founded by Van Buren due to the scandalous election of 1824, where Henry Clay and Quincy Adams may have had a deal under the table. During the era of Jackson, they were adamant on the dismemberment of the national banking system, which ultimately won Jackson the election of 1832 against the Whigs' Henry Clay. The Democratic Party would dominate politics after Jackson, and they would win all but two presidential elections from 1828 to 1856. Now let me talk about the Republican Party. They were formed in 1854 from the ashes of the Whig Party. The Republican Party drew all of their support from the North and West. The Republicans stood for no slavery in the West, high tariffs, and the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. The election of 1856 would prove the Republican Party as a serious contender to the almighty Democratic Party. And the